Good morning. Happy Wednesday. My name is Nioka Lynn. I hope you all are doing well. So, last night, um, doing my little relaxation, I've learned that I don't have to go into full-fledged meditation. I've learned how to kind of tap in just relaxing, and I love that. Anyway, so there was something going on in my head I kept hearing repeatedly, and I even said it myself, was, oh, if I could just go back to that age, like in my 20s, and know what I know today. I keep hearing that. So when that happens, it gets my attention. It's repetitive. So I know Spirit, God, Source, is trying to get my attention on something. So last night, as I sat there, I started thinking about that. And I thought, if I could go back and tell my younger self something. Because I said that. I said, if I could just go back and know what I know today, well, what do I know today? What would really be beneficial? And I know I've said this many times in the past. Oh, if I only knew what I knew now. And I was talking about different binds I got myself into or bad relationships or whatever. But when I sat there last night, I started thinking, I thought, what would be so beneficial for me to know at that age? Now, I'm not that age. I'm 40 plus years older than that age. And then I think, well, what would I tell? What would I share with young people nowadays? What would be most beneficial? How could I really, really help? And I thought, well, what would I have wanted to be told? What I would have wanted to be told was, hey, look, everything you see around you, it's not set in stone. You are a powerful energy being. You are a big ball of electric energy. That's who you are. And your thoughts, all your thoughts and emotions, they produce energy. The things that you think about the most, you attract. Yeah, especially with strong emotion behind it. Your beliefs set in stone in here, your beliefs, things that you just know are true. They attract more of that. This is what I would tell me, you are an electric being, a beautiful extension of God's source, of all that is. You're a master creator. You are creating every moment of your life. And you might sit back and say, I'm created, I wouldn't create this. But yes, you are. Yeah. And that's what I would tell me. You are creating. You are creating by your thoughts and emotions, your beliefs. What you keep thinking about, you attract. It becomes your reality. You create your reality. I wouldn't create this. I would not do this on purpose. And I didn't say you're doing it on purpose. But what if you were? We sit back, and we think, especially young people today. Let me backtrack. Young people today, I'm excited for young people today. They are in a world that's amazingly changing and for the better. Now I know it doesn't look that way right now. Things are being exposed, revealed, all the ugly. But listen. It's been there for a very long time. A very long time. Everything's just being exposed. Yeah. These are end times. The ending of the way things were that kept us controlled and in bondage. Yeah, I'm excited for young people. Yes, there's so much information out there now. It doesn't matter how much money you have, what education you have, what parents you have. That's another thing. Yes, I like my coffee and I like my rocking chair. That's another thing. I think about young people. And I mean from teenagers, when they can start reasoning in their head, from teenagers to 30s, whatever, 40s, younger than me. But I think about them and I think, oh, they're in for some amazing times, amazing revelations. Oh my gosh. Whether it be on a personal level, a body level, intergalactic level, all kind of stuff. Oh my Lord, the amazing things you're in for. Now, I've heard young people, they look around them and they think, this sucks. I don't want kids. Why would I want kids? I don't want to bring kids into this world. Well, I can't tell anybody what to do, but I can share what I've been taught or remembered. Your parents were conditioned to believe certain things. Now, some young people have had amazing parents, loving, supportive, just were able to give them all kind of stuff. Maybe not even stuff, just love and support, encouragement. Or maybe you didn't have those parents. Maybe they were substance abusers. Maybe they were just emotionally unavailable, They could be all sorts of things. First of all, young folks, any folks that want to listen, you chose your parents. Now, you don't have to believe that, but I'm telling you, you were before you got here. You chose your body, you chose the place where you were going to be born, you chose your parents. You chose a theme to explore for your soul's evolution. Now that you're here, you forgot all that. You forgot. And you think, oh, this sucks, my parents, I'm mad at my parents, they didn't do this or they did that or whatever. It's all for a reason. You chose the parents you needed. And I know a lot of kids that have suffered different abuses with their parents would beg to differ. But I'm telling you, soul that you are, you master creator, the one who knew you could do everything through your thoughts and focus, you chose your parents. You chose a certain theme that you were going to come in and explore. Now maybe once you've explored, say it's, I don't know if I can say it, sexual abuse. Maybe it was that. So you thought, I would never, never choose that. That's just, I've heard kids say and young adults say, I think they should be tortured and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I understand. But you chose that. And why would you choose that? So stop and ask, why would I choose that? Powerful soul that you are, you came to make a difference. You came to make a difference. Maybe that happened to you. What feelings did it cause inside of you as an adult? Do you want to feel sorry for yourself for the rest of your life? Maybe you've explored that. Maybe you're out of that now. Maybe you turned for substance abuse to numb the pain. I get it. Maybe you're past that now. Maybe things just didn't feel good and you chose to sit there and not feel good. I encourage you now to think, how could you flip that? What could you possibly do to turn that to a positive. How could that ever be turned to a positive? Maybe you'll have compassion on others. Maybe you'll have compassion on other children. Maybe you'll go in a field where you can talk to these kids. Yeah. You never know. We're in this life. We've chose themes, and we've lived sometimes lives that we don't prefer. A lot of kids never forgive their parents. It's okay to be angry. You're supposed to be angry. It was okay to be hurt. You were supposed to be hurt. It was supposed to poke something in you to activate. May I just tell you, though, all you children that are holding things against your parents, don't forget now, you chose your parents. You chose a theme in life. Your parents helped you succeed with that. If you sit there bitter and start blaming and holding resentment, remember, what you put out, you get back. Ask yourself, why in the world would I do that now? Okay, like I said, I would absolutely tell me as a young person how powerful I was. Where there was no peace, I could have peace. That was a big one for me. I have peace. I love peace. And every day that passes, I'm learning how to do that more and more. But no, you're like a big radio transmitter. Young people, you are a radio transmitter. It's like you're a radio. You're tuning into certain frequencies. Now here's something for you. Every thought that ever was thought exists. Now that's scary. Yeah. Every thought that's ever been thought exists. How so? When you think, it puts out energy. Whatever timeline you're on, it's another story, but whatever timeline you're on, there are thoughts. All that energy is all around you. You ever see these people that just go in a store or a school and they just start blowing things up? Your vibration is very, very important. It's important to keep elevated because listen, when you get down in a slump, when you're angry and bitter and resentful and you're using all kind of stuff to numb your pain, what are you doing? You are attracting negative thoughts, frequencies that are all around you. They're all around you. Fear-based television programming, angry songs, all around you, all around you. Now think about that. There's 8 billion, I think it's 8 billion people in the world. So many thoughts. That's why it's so important to raise your vibration. That's why I'm so intent. My intention is to raise the vibration. You want to make it better for your kids? You want to make it better for you? Raise the vibration. Know who you are. If you're tuned in to anger and bitterness and resentment, if that's where your mind and your heart is, you're tuned in to all that mess out there. There's plenty of that out there. Only thing is, listen, you tune into that, that's what you get. What you put out, you get back. If you're fearful and scared, you're going to see in your reality, it may not happen in mine, but in your reality, that's what you're going to get. More reasons to be fearful and hide. Oh, see, I told you. You create your own reality. That's what I would tell the younger me. You create your own reality by your thoughts, your fears. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions. You are creating your own reality. Oh, but in my situation, how can I think of anything else? Life sucks. Look what, I lost my job. I'm losing my home. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Start now. Start now. doesn't matter how much money you have. Listen, I don't care if you go to school, you don't. I don't care if you have money, if you don't. I don't care if you have a great support system around you or if you don't. If all that was to disappear anyway, who are you? I'm telling you that I'm telling you. You're strong. You are a master creator, and you knew this upon entering. Mm-hmm. We've been conditioned. We've been conditioned by our educational system, by our religious systems, by all kind of things around us. But you are alone with your thoughts. Nobody has to know what your thoughts are. Nobody knows what your intentions are, your emotions. Master those. Sit in a quiet place. I don't care if you live in a mansion. I don't care what kind of house you live in. I don't care if you live under a bridge. You can change your reality. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you a little secret to some. Everything is now. Everything is right now. This is like a big matrix, okay? Your past, your present, your future is now. In the big scheme of things, all timelines, all dimensions exist right now. So everything and anything that was ever created is now. Your past, your present, your future. It's physics. How do you think? How do you think that, I don't know if I can say the name, I don't want to get in trouble, but that cartoon you see on TV, how do you think they keep predicting certain things happening? Here's what happens. So if say that here's a map, here's a road map, okay? Here's a road map. And I decide to take a certain route. This route is going to bring me to a certain destination. Now, along this route, there's detours, there's different roads I can take to get off that one particular route. But if I'm on there and I see the road conditions, there's all kind of things. I see the road conditions, I see detours up ahead, I see all kind of things. Well, I know that even if you're right here, you're going to end up over there. Unless now something happens and you redirect your path. That happens in life. People ask me, what do you think about tarot readers? Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's all part of divination. It's mystic, which Yeshua was very well versed in divination. Oh my God, what did she say? It's all documented fact. He studied in Egypt. He studied in India. He studied with a Buddha. There are many Buddhas. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so if you go to a tarot reader, they read your energy. And how is this a good thing? A good thing is because they're reading where you're at. They're reading your energy. Can that change? Instantly. Just you knowing about what path you're on, what route you're taking, you can change it. That's why it's anybody that gives you absolute predictions, they know it can change. They know, well, I would hope they would know that it can change. It can change. Now, your present can change your future and your past. Seem odd? It's true. Anybody in physics knows. It's called, let me see, retro causality. That's what it's called. So if you're a master physicist, you know all this stuff. You know how you can change the past and manipulate the future and all that. You know how to do that. There's your cartoon, your famous cartoon that's predicting things. There's a master physicist there somewhere. Yes, indeed. So young people, know that you are a powerful energy, electric being who produces thoughts and emotions. And when you do, you put it out there, it's electric. It leaves you. You're putting it out there in the atmosphere. And what happens is, so with a lot of other people. So if you're in a certain vibration, you're going to attract the same. If you're in a fearful place, an angry place, you're going to attract that. You're going to link up because you're tuned in. You are tuned into a certain frequency, and that's what you're going to attract. It's like a radio. If you're tuned into a country western station, you're not going to get rock, R&B. You're going to get country western. If you are tuned in to a frequency inside of you that's angry and bitter, you're going to get that. Well, how do I get that? How do I get that? Just by feeling that. You attract. You attract the same type of thing. What you put out, you get back. It's a law. It's universal law. So I would tell you to be mindful of your thoughts and your emotions. Well, if you were living my life, you would have the same things. Well, possibly so. That's not to take away from your feelings and emotions. I'm just saying, be mindful. Get happy about something. Now, you can't jump from one end of the spectrum to the other. You can't be totally depressed, disgusted, angry, and everything else today and be absolutely joyful and blissful the next. No, take little steps. Take a walk. Breathe deep. Enjoy the sunshine. Find something to appreciate. Make some affirmations for yourself. I am who I am, and that's enough. I am who I am, and that's enough. I am who I am, and that's enough. All things will work out wonderfully for me. All things are working out wonderfully for me. Make your affirmations, even if it seems unrealistic at the time, even if you don't really believe it at the time. Say it enough, breathe. Make the effort. You're worth it. When you came into this world, this incarnation, you are a beautiful soul. Don't you let anybody tell you you were a slimy little sinful something, because you were not. And you are not. No. Conditioning. You're a beautiful soul. You came in here with purpose. Fulfill your purpose. Now, hey, if you say, I absolutely do not want any change, this is who I am, this is what I'll be, so be it. God bless you. Namaste. Yeah. But if you're not happy where you're at, you can change your reality. Change your thinking. Examine your beliefs. Nothing ever works out for me. You see what I mean? Look, I was hoping for this and bam, nothing works out for me. So what are you doing? The frequency is saying, what are you putting out? Nothing's working out for me. Nothing's working out for me. What do you get? Nothing's working out for you. Mm-hmm. Young people, you're in amazing times right now. I would hope that you would take the best advantage of it all. You don't like the way things are? Change it. Start thinking about something. Watch the music that you listen to. Your TV programming. What are you watching? Junk in, junk out. Mm-hmm. And I promise you, whatever frequency you're on, that's where your interest is going to go in. If you're in a dark place, your interest goes into darkness. You watching murdering TV shows and just horrible stuff. Ask yourself, is this what I want in my reality? We're in times where it's barbaric, but it's changing. In your life, young folks, the war is going to end. I love that. People are going to start coming together. The separation by color and by religion and by whatever, it's going to end. might sit there and say, I don't see how. Well, you can help. You can help. You can raise the vibration. I can't be responsible for the whole world. You can be responsible for your world. Yeah. Your vibration, it's not just yours. It goes out in the world. Yeah. So let's raise the vibrations. Do you know that if you heal in your lifetime, if you heal your thoughts, your heart, if you heal, everything is now. You make a better future for you. You can change your DNA. Yes, you can change your DNA. Yes, indeed. You can change the past. All your ancestors, they're affected. It sounds crazy. It might sound crazy. I used to think it sounded crazy. But if you know everything is now, you can bring healing to your family. That's what I'm loving. Young people, create intentionally. Heal your lives. You can do it. You don't need anybody else around you to do it. Your conditions don't have to be a certain way to do it. You can do it through pure intent, thoughts. Meditate. Get still. Get still. Try to clear your mind. And you think, oh, I tried that. I can't clear my mind. I start thinking about a million things. Yeah, I know. Put on something. You can get you a machine, that white noise thing. You can listen to a fan. Put the fan on the stove. Listen to that. Just focus on that and breathe. Yeah, hum. Do that and try to think of a million things. You can't. Focus on your breathing and focus on the om. I do that. You live in a wonderful world. It's beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. All the yuck is coming out. Let the yuck come out. And while the yuck is coming out, get busy about you. Do something you really enjoy. You like to skateboard? Skateboard. You like to roller skate? Roller skate. Whatever you do that brings you pleasure, get involved in that. Yeah. I just like video games. Okay, get in a video game. Do something you enjoy, but let it be balanced. Yeah, don't let it totally a video game can consume you. And what kind of video games are you playing? Yeah. Remember, junk in, junk out. What you put out, you get back. It's universal law. Yeah. Okay, young people. So I'm talking to my younger self, and I was saying, we're doing this, girl. We're doing it. You can do it too. You can do it too. Create on purpose. Change your life for the better. Get happy. Let's raise the vibration. My name is Nioka Lynn. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Namaste.